one-liner question, which is saying, okay, what does one need to become a monk? Well, I would say rather ModMonk, right? So what's the first step other than saying leave your home? What's the first step to become a monk if I want to be?
I will say, if you really want to become a monk, then you have to leave everything internally. Forget about the external. Just be ready to drop. Surrender is one thing you need to have. And surrender to the divine, surrender to the universe with absolute totality. Not thinking why, what. Don't be stuck with your emotions. Don't be stuck with people. Nothing. When you leave completely. Then it's just the way it is. There is a thing in Hindi, Kabir ka hai. I don't know if your audiences really understand Hindi per se, but jab main tha tab hari nahi, ab hari hai to main nahi.
Yes.
So it's like that, that is one thing that you need to become completely, to become a monk from inside, is you leave everything and you drop your pretense, you drop everything, including your thought processes, including your biases, including your belief systems, including all of that, to really being the essence of who you are. So you are taking vairagya, leaving everything, looking at everything in one light of the divine. So that's Sufi, that's saint, that is what you need to kind of pick up. And for being a modern monk, of course, monkhood is there in the modern lifestyle, but it's difficult for people to become a mod monk or a modern monk, and it is a difficult journey because the balance is very. It's like walking on a thin ice. But if you do, but you can introduce monkful bliss, and that's what I say. I always say, you don't need to become a monk. You don't need to give up everything the way I did, or you don't need to give up everything like a sannyasi or sannyasin does. You just need to take whatever they are giving and introduce that bliss in your modern life, and that's what you do, and then you live your life on.
Yeah, I think we are again talking about, and that's a great point about that fusion and coexistence, right? So you don't have to leave one thing to become the other one, which is...
Not everybody does need to leave. For example, some like me, I need to leave a lot of things. There will be many like me who would need to leave. But again, that is my prarabdha, that is my destiny, that is my duty. But not everybody's. No, they can still introduce the beautiful monkful bliss in their modern lifestyle and live happily ever after. If so, that exists.
That sounds really interesting and too good to be true. Hope some of us can actually practice that. So my last segment will be to ask some rapid fire questions to you. But before that, what is your great advice for our listeners, which are coming from the diverse field of either work or personal lives and personal biases, if I would say, a generic advice in terms of finding the balance, the stuff that we're talking about, but one good advice in terms of how to lead a life in this ever connected world, and what should they be doing on a daily basis, right, to make this, or at least try to make this life a little better in terms of finding out the meaning out of life, for example.
I'll keep my advice very short and simple. I think everybody should understand, or at least practice this experience, that you've got to ingrain this in your heart and mind, that at the end of the day, remember that we are having a human experience. It is not the other way around. We are not human beings having spiritual experiences. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And let that experience be an experience, and do not live the experience. You do not need to become the experience. It's an experience at the end of the day. When the story is over, you will have another experience, and then another. So you don't carry forward all those pains, hurts, grudges, jealousy, anger, lust, fear with every time. So let it go. It's an experience, learn from it and move on. I think that is something I truly want to tell people. Also, that don't become second-hand people. Do not go blindly following anyone or everything that you've been told, or you're reading. Spirituality, if you want to include in your life, it will be as simple as questioning yourself: why am I doing this? Or where is it hurting? Or why am I feeling the joy? Where do I feel the joy? Simple questions of life when you ask yourself. I think that is the beginning, or that is a path of spirituality. And for that, you need to break the belief systems, really experience. Experience anubhav is the way to really live the spiritual life that we have.